definitely a very interesting episode. Gachiakuta, episode 2. Ruto is still trying to understand the reality of him being stuck down in this pit. What is this world around him, and where is he going to go from here? Continuing on, we get to see more of these trash monsters, which I wanted to talk about something. The FPS was pretty poor here, but still some really good stuff. The thing about being down here, Ruto is having trouble getting used to this air. It's really messing up his lungs, he's coughing up blood. These monsters are also trying to get at him. It looked like Ruto gave up, but there's this fire inside of him that wants to get that vengeance, and he ends up lighting up this red power coming from his gloves. In the distance, a guy is kind of watching all this kind of go down. Still, we don't know the full capability of all the powers, but whenever he activates his powers, he sees this pole in the distance. Ruto goes and gets it. That's where he starts fighting these trash monsters. After Ruto took out a few of the monsters, this is when the man approaches him. He tries to tell him to be quiet. He's wearing a mask. Don't know much about him just yet. Of course, Ruto is kind of a big mouth. He kind of reminds me of Austin, but the opposite, more like a Lieb, which is a fun character of mine. But he keeps talking and talking and talking, and it tracks all the monsters, and the guy is just upset. Well, at least I thought he was upset. He had an umbrella with him, and he transforms his umbrella, and he starts doing these like crazy machine gun moves with the umbrella, going kind of like a spear weapon, but rapid fire. Kind of like a sneak peek in the power system. He destroys all those monsters. He absolutely plows them all. Right after the destruction of all the monsters, this is where the masked guy comes over to Ruto, and Ruto's like, "Who are you?" And he takes off his mask, and he's like, "I am Engine, a simple cleaner." That's when all of a sudden Ruto passes out. Cutting to our opening. Once we're back, we actually get to see a flashback of both Ruto and Regato talking about how they're souls in objects. After that, Ruto wakes up chained up and being dragged by Engine. Actually, we do learn something very important here. So we learn about the spear, and the spear is above where Ruto got dropped from. It apparently rotates. So getting up there is nearly impossible is what we're told by Engine, because Ruto is just trying to get his revenge. So Engine ends up dropping Ruto off somewhere randomly. It's like a pit stop area, and there's a bunch of dudes wearing face masks as well, and they all approach Ruto as Engine already has ran off. The group starts talking to Ruto, and they're so excited to realize that he is a spearette, someone that came from the spear, because usually they all fall down and die. I was just like, oh, they're such nice people. They even see that he's tied up, and they're like, yeah, let's help him out. They put him into a cage and are planning to sell him off. The reasoning behind this is they hate the Spirettes for dropping all their trash down. Things get a little freaky, so they see that Ruto is like kind of skinny, and they end up force feeding him food, thinking that he would hate it. No Diddy, but one of them puts their hand into his mouth and force feeds them. This is where Ruto eats the food as well as two of their fingers. Now we can go back to the whole objects have souls thing. Ruto ends up going into this like weird state, activating his gloves while touching the chains. He gives the chains new purpose, and now he is fighting these dudes. Off in the distance, Engine is watching this, and he's like, whoa, what a great aura. From the kidnappers as well as Engine, we get to learn that this ability is called being a giver. You're able to draw the souls out of objects. While Ruto is fighting, he's like beating these people up with chains, and eventually picks up a tire and turns it into like a spike tire. This is where Engine is just like amazed. It seems like it's pretty much impossible for most people to be able to use more than one object. All the kidnappers are basically took out, and the last guy, the one that Ruto ate his fingers, he's on the ground, and Ruto's about to beat the crap out of him and end him. This is where Engine drops down and stops him. Once Engine tells him to stop, he actually goes out of this mode. I don't know if this is induced by rage or what, but it's also a levitational ability, because he was also hovering trash above him. Now, we end this episode off with Engine inviting Ruto to become a cleaner, and Ruto ends up denying it. So, we gotta see what happens next episode. To tell you simply, this is peak fiction. It did have the hiccup, but I don't think it takes away from it. If I had to rate it, I'm gonna say it's a nice 8.7, and it's gonna keep on improving for me. I love this series, I like the ideas that they have written on paper, and I just want to see it grow and become better and better. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are on Gachiakuta episode 2. Hope you stay safe. Until next time, peace out.